Hello, welcome to the show. It is the Scar and Toph Late Night Show. I'm your host, Bobby Scar Newman. We've got a great show for you tonight. Toph is over at the side. He's going to be joining me shortly. And our top story tonight, some drama coming out of Michigan Melee, where a player tweeted that she was feeling scared and self-conscious about going to a local event. You know, as non-gamers, we can understand what that's like. As gamers, we understand what that's like. We're living in a non-gamer world. Every time I'm playing Melee, somebody sees me playing on a CRT and they ask, why do you carry that big old TV around? You know why? Because of lag. We care. We care. You guys can't understand it. Whatever. So it's understandable for us that a woman would feel maybe similarly in a predominantly male scene. And so since we have heightened empathy for that kind of thing, our community sent a unified message of acceptance saying that she was welcome at our events no matter what. Well, most of us did. Mingy, a Michigan tournament organizer and man who may be the connect for Sleepy K's underground Duna pillow racket, responded on Twitter saying, well, what most people don't like about you has nothing to do with competition. It's about how you're social climbing and how you chalk most arguments against you up to being a female. Please don't trash our community. We're more than happy to have non-competitors participate in the scene. I think it's perfectly acceptable for people to not like you. A lot of them phrase it poorly or are scared to speak up, so it comes off as if they don't like you because you're a girl, but I'll speak for the non-vocal members here. It's not. There's way more to it than that. Whoa. That's quite a response. But, surely there was something, that warranted that kind of behavior. So let's go on. Let's see what he had to say. Okay, so reap the societal benefits of being a female. Yeah. She pulled up a seat in the center aisle, ran a tournament, became friends with many top players, and etc. Is that the best you got? Did she also ask cool people to go get lunch at the tournament? Did she was probably looking for the rotation with the good players. It's not like any other Smasher's ever done that, right? Mingy continued by writing a 15-page Google Doc creatively named Defense of Mingy. And yes, that's right, 15 pages. And while it did have a table of contents, I gotta say, it could have used a proper bibliography, Just wasn't clear. It wasn't really using APA or MLA citations. It was, they're different systems, so just attention to detail sort of thing. So anyway, this whole thing's clearly ridiculous, right? But one point seems to be sticking with the public. As one man said on Twitter, the issue is the consistency of this stuff. I've personally had to deal with trying to get multiple people banned from events over death threats and have been ignored. And then some other stuff that actually doesn't make a ton of sense. But yes, that makes a lot of sense. The real issue here is inconsistency. I mean, what we offer today should be exactly the same as how things were before. Slime? Yeah, that's right. It makes no sense. That's why I'm proposing community-wide legislation to keep the forces of progress in check. And we're going to start with the game itself. We're starting with the game itself. Because you new school kids have no idea what it was like back in my day. That's right. I had to learn to L-cancel by using my eyes. There were no flashing red lights. I had to learn how to wall tech by going into training mode, planting a wall sensor, motion sensor bomb on the edge of the stage. This is true. I had to jump off the stage, I had to recover, I had to tech, and then I had to do it again. That's right. That's why I've worked with a crack team of engineers and we've modified every version of 20XX on the planet to lock every training feature until you've clocked at least 10,000 hours into the game. You got to pay your dues. And that's right. And don't even think about net play. You think that you can just go on your computer and play top players from around the world? I don't think so. That's right. I had to drive 2 hours across the George Washington Bridge up I-95, $7 toll for an 8-man local. 8 people. DJ Nintendo's here today. I played him in the corner. So forget NetPlay. Until you're top 10 in your local PR, you will not get access. Anther has already frozen all the accounts. And you know what? Sure, it may make new players' lives worse, and it may hinder the overall pool of talent in our whole community. But you know what? That's the price of consistency. That's right. But you know what? I'm not even stopping there. This thing's going all the way to the top. I'll have you know that Blur has already started working on the Melee and On Me top 10,000 social power ranking. So get hyped to find your new circle of friends, because you're only allowed to interact with people who are plus or minus 10 from you on the list. If you see anybody else, you better avoid eye contact. I'm not even going to get into the penalties. But sneak peek, spoiler alert, number 1 on the PR is actually Blur. Yeah. I think the algorithm could use a little bit of work, but you know, it's a work in progress. But back to the issue at hand. Michigan leadership did put out a statement entitled The Mingy Decision, and let's check out their ruling. Okay, to summarize, Mingy abused his position of leadership in the community to exclude and personally attack a member he did not like. A combination of toxic behavior, a history of these types of actions without change, and representing Michigan Melee in a poor light are the actions that the panel found deserving of a punishment. Okay, very good. That was very clear. Let's scroll to the penalty section. Mingy will be suspended from attending, competing, or volunteering at Michigan tournaments for 3 months. Okay, well, have a nice break, Mingy. I'll see you at Big House. Seriously, is that the punishment for being a huge asshole? Is that the best that we can do? Now, I know what you may be asking. You may be thinking to yourself, Scar, why are you so impassioned about this? Can it just be that it's not possible that you think that Mingy's thinly veiled sexist attack on a vulnerable community member is abhorrent on its face and also emblematic of a larger systemic issue within our male-dominated community? No. There must be more. And you know what? You beautiful viewers, you see right through me. I can't hide anything from you. You're right. There is something more to this. The truth is, as I was deeply reading the defense of Mingy, one paragraph stood out to me in particular. It read, "Some people don't respect you because you come to tournaments and only talk to more well-known community members and players, but don't enter. What you do might be innocent to you, and I believe it is, but other people might not see it that way. Some people have a certain perception of you, and whether that's true or false, right or wrong, it exists." And in that moment, I felt that Mingy saw right through me. Was he talking about me? I mean, if I'm being honest, isn't that my entire career? I mean, okay, let's take a step back. Let's review the facts. I first met competitive players because my best friend Connor took me to the Drexel Game Lounge. But I gotta tell you, viewers, I found the best player in the room and I became his friend. His name was, that's right, his name was Pac-Man on Crack. We became Blue Laser. We were members of the same team. We traveled the country. And then I jumped up to Cactuar, a nationally ranked player. He became my training partner. But you know what? I wasn't even done there. My thirst for well-known community members was far from sated. My next target, he's a precious soul. He's really my white whale. He's actually here in this building tonight. You may know him. You may know him as M2K. Yeah. Some of his closer friends know him as Zimmerman-sen from Cinnamon Sen. That's right. We love Me Too King. Hats off. But I knew him as Jason. We did everything together. We traveled the country, we teamed, controller in hand, smile on our faces. We even shared a toothbrush. He kind of stole it from me, but you know, it's not really the point. Jason is actually why I named my combo video, I Killed Mufasa. It's true. One day, he was at the top of a balcony and he looked down at me, a shine of light in his eye, and he said, "Scar, I killed Mufasa." It was actually kind of random and weird, but it clearly impacted me. You know what I mean? So, but in retrospect, I wonder, were my motivations pure? Did I see Connor and Pac-Man and Cactuar and Mewtwo King as people and friends? Or was I social climbing? Wait. But if that's true, my dad, the first time he met Mewtwo King, he bought him chicken nuggets out of the blue. Well, to be fair, there were some extenuating circumstances, but still, what if my dad was just trying to get a leg up in the Melee community? Well, I guess, upon thinking about it, I'm guilty as the same crimes as that young woman. But wait a minute. Is it really that bad? Am I not allowed to make friends with people who are good at the game? Are they not allowed to also like me? Well, I think that something's wrong about this picture. No. That's not the Melee community that I love. I dream of a Smash Brothers Melee community that treats these issues like we treat the game itself. If I'm rolling like a scrub, I don't take 3 months off of the game and magically start winning. I get punished every time. I need to learn how to improve myself to get better at the game. What do you think Armada is thinking about when he shine spikes me at 5%, even though I'm 200 times worse than him? He's thinking that he needs to teach me how to get better. It's important that I grow and the growth of the whole community.
This short commercial
Nobody should be allowed to come back after they admitted what they did wrong.
We're gonna have hugs.
You need to learn from your mistakes.
Mango,
you
we've got an extra special comedian
You gotta get better.
guest
You gotta improve
just
yourself.
after these messages.
Challenge yourself. We all gotta grow together. That's the Melee community. Late night show. What's up?
My
baby?
God.
What is up with it to the people? Thank you so much for tuning in.
Bobby, what an evening it's been. What a summit it's been, actually. How's your summit been?
It's been pretty good. I learned a really hard lesson last night. One of the top threads on Reddit was Scar loses control in Mafia. Today I came back a new man.
I was really,
new approach.
so I was extremely worried.
About me?
I was extremely, no, because you woke up this morning and you were rambling about Mafia, and I was sort of thinking to myself, like, look, if Bobby plays Mafia tonight before we do this program, there's a chance that we're just not going to be able to do the show.
That's right. There was a chance.
The fact that you were town and won was really important, because I think if you lost, this might have been canceled.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
You never know.
But for those of you who watch, Mango took control. It's cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, I heard.
We had a town mayor.
He's going to be on the show later.
He's going to be on the show. He's our headline guest.
Oh my God.
Better get excited. And did you tell people what's the send-off on the show?
Oh, no, yeah, people know about the send-off. The viewers don't know about the send-off.
You're not ready. No. That's all I want you to know.
We actually have we have special talent that we brought in.
Really recruited just the finest
The cream
minds.
of the crop.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sparing no expense.
So it's like, like in the musical, when you think about the talents like embedded within the Melee community, like Diz Kid Boogie and his musical talents and his band.
Yeah.
We didn't bring him out. We don't have any space for a band, but we brought a comedic talent of equal caliber.
You'll just
stature.
you'll never even be able to comprehend what he's gonna say to you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the sickest stuff.
It's gonna be so.
Toph, I understand that
I've heard his stand-up already like 3 times, and it
My
just
God.
gets me every time. It's like every time you hear it, there's actually like a new layer that's kind of unearthed.
Let's bring it back.
Yeah.
I understand that we had some important business we wanted to attend to. I understand it from you.
Okay, yeah. The way you said important business. No, I wanted to talk a little bit first, just about kind of like, have you had any experiences at the summit? Like, there's some new players that are kind of here, and people that, old, familiar and unfamiliar faces. And have you had any funny stories with regards to Zain, Ginger?
Who, to me, Zain is everything that my Marth ever wanted to be. I look at the way that he plays, and it's almost like if I could move that fast, if I knew what comboed, Scarth would be doing that in his sleep.
Can I tell you that the Crimson Blur actually made an identical tweet?
I actually heard something
How does that
about
make
this.
you feel?
So how does it make me feel? It makes me feel the same way that I normally feel when Blur says things, which is that he's sorely uneducated, right, around the matters of which he's discussing. I think if I'm Zain, I feel very insulted. You have to do a certain amount of work to hear from someone else. You know what I mean? You got to respect them at a certain level when they say that they understand what you're trying to do. It's like
Not
if Blur
like-
said he understood my playstyle. It's like, no, you don't, dude.
No.
You haven't thought about the game the way that I think about the game.
So you think Zain should be offended when Blur says Prime Blur, but Zain should be like honored when you say.
I don't think he should necessarily be honored. Okay, I didn't go that far. But maybe he sees a creative spark somewhere. You know what I mean?
Like a,
Seems like a kinship.
can I tell you about
Sort
my?
of like. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say my experience playing Zain, because so I'm a Fox player. It's no secret. I hate fighting Marth. It's the worst. I actually find it very cathartic to be around Leffen. I love that Leffen's in the house. Because Leffen, every 10 or 15 minutes, he just starts complaining about Marth, and I just deeply resound with it on like a core primal level. He's like, oh my god, this matchup is so freaking stupid. And I'm just like, yes. Because when I say these things, people say, no, Toph, you're not that good at Melee, you're washed up. And I'm like, well, that top 5 player over there is saying everything I wish I could say.
And I'm riding with him.
Yeah.
It feels good.
It does feel good.
It's validation.
Anyways, no, I was playing Zain, and I went into it. I've never played Zain before, and I went into it sort of thinking, this is going to be awful. This is going to be the worst experience of my life. I already hate fighting these rando net play Mars that can barely properly 0-to-death me. And Zain, I mean, we've seen what he can do. And I had a very opposite experience. Plus, it's not even the 0-to-death thing I should talk about. His neutral game, the way he dashes, it's like he finds that extra little inch on the stage that just when you think he can't dash back any further, he finds it, right?
I can never do that.
And so all these little elements of his play I thought were going to be very frustrating for me to deal with. But what I found was it was very it was very refreshing. It was like getting beaten up by the Hulk. Like, getting beaten up sucks.
You're just tossing you around.
Right, you're just getting tossed around.
But you have respect for the Hulk.
You have so much respect. The way he's doing it, he's so much stronger. He's
like
doing everything right. Right, it's like a legend beating you up.
Yeah. You made the analogy to me before when you were thinking about it. It's like if you get your ass beat by The Rock.
The Rock.
I'm down. Sign me up.
Getting beat up by someone who kind of embodies beating people up.
Yeah.
Right?
Rob, where are we looking? I'm confused. Usually I see a screen of myself. For you guys at home, whenever I do the Scar and Toph show, whenever I do the reads, I'm staring directly into my own eyes at all times.
Spencer would have found a way to communicate this to us without us.
He would have. We usually have a monitor.
Yeah, or give us a little red light or something.
Are we looking here?
In my house.
Am I looking here?
Hugs is going to come on soon.
I'm looking here.
Hey!
There.
I've been looking there the whole time.
Hey, yo!
You know I've been looking there the whole time?
I switched.
Where were you looking?
Both. I went back and forth.
The viewers know that I've been right. I've been spot on since minute one.
Of course, the viewers know, but shouldn't we know?
Well, you know.
Just like we don't know anything when we're commentating a tournament. I have no stats available to me.
Nope.
I don't see the bracket. Someone needs to solve this problem for the commentators. My God. Other esports tournaments, they probably have facts and spreadsheets about every single player on every single team, their past history, where they throw grenades. I saw Zain at this tournament. I'd never heard his name before. And by the way, okay, I don't even know anything about 2 Chainz. Somebody talked about it in my peripheral ear distance. I don't know anything about the man. I don't even know if 2 Chainz is a man. Could be a woman. I literally don't know who it is. Just like I did not know anything about Zain. I swear to God. I met him for the first time. I didn't know he played Puff. I don't know where he's from. I don't know if he's good. I know nothing about him. I'm sorry, Zain. I called 2 Chainz a mafia. You knew that I did that, right?
I think Zain, no, I was there. Zain, I think, was so like frazzled at that point with like, wait, what's my role and all this stuff. I don't think he even noticed. I don't think
I
it's
actually
too much to
whispered
worry
it,
about.
and I was worried if people were going to call me out. 'Cause you know Mafia
Oh,
hears,
so you're kind of like
Mafia hears
Tooch.
bits. It was across the room. I looked him directly in the eye, and he went. And he looked at me, and he was like.
Dude, Mafia's a
man.
stressful environment too.
Yeah.
It really is.
For sure.
Do you watch the game that just happened? The one right before where even the chat didn't know what was going on?
I'm looking directly at Alex 19's eyes.
My God. I watched that
Beautiful
final day
performance.
with the 3-man
Did Westballz throw twice today?
throw.
Did he throw
He did
twice?
throw. He threw, right?
threw in the
saw him,
game that
folks.
I
He
was
went like
in.
this. He went.
He killed. He pointed into himself.
Bobby, in the game I play, that's called an SD.
That's an SD. And
He SD'd last stock.
he called Vigi in the game prior, right?
Did he?
And then D1 stood up, saluted.
And,
I'm the Vigi man.
Yeah.
I was gonna call Vigi too, but it was gonna be a fake claim. It would have been the first time. But and then he walked off. So it's confirmed Mafia. You know what I mean? He didn't even stay there for the discussion and the debate.
Right.
He didn't defend himself.
Bobby, what
think
just
he
kind
went
of
twice.
just kind of like taking one like a grander step back. What do you think of the fact that Westballz played 4 Mafia games this summit and has been Mafia 4 out of 4 times? What do you think the statistical probabilistic odds are?
Yeah, I mean, I
that
think
sort
it's,
of event.
you got to do 50-50. You got to multiply it by 4. That's how probability
Well, it's
I
actually
remember-
less than 50-50 because you're less likely to be Mafia.
50-50, 25, 12.5, 6 and a quarter.
Well, I'm saying you're less likely to be
I
Mafia
got
than
6 and
Village
a
in
quarter. I
first
did the
place,
math
but
in real time.
It's a small number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6 and a quarter. And it reminds me of, what was it, last summit or 2 summits ago?
I think it was last summit.
Yeah,
I think it was last summit. And it's funny because it's the man himself.
Chill, Hugo. I'll get to you in a minute. Is Rob freaking out? Rob, calm down, man. This is my show, okay?
Yeah, Spencer doesn't freak
Late night with Scar and Toph, not Rob. Roll the credits. No. I heard again through the periphery of my ear, Westballz was talking about the odds of sequential heads and tails in a coin flip.
This was last summit.
And I remember what he said was, Hugo might want to listen to the story. Should we just get him on? No, I'm going to finish the story.
Finish the story. Hugo's
What
going
he
to want to
said
talk
was,
about Hugo's
okay,
stuff.
I know that on the 10th flip,
You flip 10 coins.
it's 50-50 that it's heads if it's heads the other 9 times. But in reality, it's kind of like, like lower, like it's probably not going to be heads. And I remember we talked about that at length.
Wait, what do you mean like?
That's what
So
Westballz
he's
said.
saying it's
That's what Westballz said.
it's very unlikely to flip the same
10th
heads
yeah,
result
yeah.
10 times in a row. So if you flip heads 9 times, he's saying on the 10th one, it's kind of less than 50.
He knows it's 50-50, but
It's
in reality,
probably in reality it's going to be tails is what he's saying.
we talked about this at length, and I actually devised a theory.
Yeah, you actually came up with a crazy theory. I
And
remember
to
this.
be
You
honest,
explained-
what I did was I thought too hard about it. I was not on the right plane. But what I thought was, is it possible, just consider for a moment, that Westballz actually fully understands math and probability, has a sophisticated understanding of the matter, but he deliberately says silly things because he's committed his whole life to this joke that he's stupid in some ways.
the circus music.
And he will never, ever break character. Like if you watched, what's the name of the movie? Christian Bale, and it's the movie. What's the Fishbowl movie? You guys know the name of the movie? It's with Christian Bale. Oh my God.
What is the name
The
of that movie?
Prestige.
The Prestige.
There's a character in The Prestige who committed their entire life to an act. The guy is he's like an old guy. He does a magic trick with a fish where he has a fishbowl and the fish disappears. Or there's a fishbowl without a fish and he adds the fish into it. Nobody knows how he can do it. And he actually walks around with a fishbowl in his legs permanently. He always walks like this. So he committed his whole life to the act. What if Westballz committed his whole life to the joke
of him
he's
being
kinda
a
missing a
clown,
beat.
guys? Yeah, right.
That was my theory.
And you were explaining. I know. I remember that because
Pretty sure it was
you're explaining the theory and the shuttle back, and I was saying, well, but let me explain to you my theory, Occam's razor, which is like it is just much more likely that Westballz just doesn't necessarily understand conditional probability.
You cut it off.
I just hope that this experience, flipping Mafia four games in a row this summit, just taught him a little bit about the odds of,
I hope tomorrow.
I hope tomorrow.
I hope he's Mafia. We're
I
gonna
hope
kill
he's
him.
Mafia all over again.
But anyway, we're gonna move on to our next guest.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna
are.
go to a break, or is we just gonna get him on the couch? A very, very special individual, Hugo Gonzalez, aka Hugs, aka Hugs86.
Yep.
Which has nothing to do with his birth year, right?
Hugs 86 is no, that's just a number he really likes.
So we're gonna go to our first guest in just a minute. Stay tuned.
There's no break.
And we're
Rob's
back.
telling me there's no-
And we're back.
And we're back.
Hugo Gonzalez, ladies and gentlemen. Please,
Hugs.
please.
Great to see you, my man.
How's it going?
My God.
Hugo.
I miss you.
Hey, how's it going?
I feel like
That's great.
I've seen so much content here at Summit, and I feel like one man is underrepresented.
There's been something missing.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's been something missing.
it's a little something.
But it's changing tonight because I'm here now and I'm very happy to be here.
That's right.
I'm loving what you guys are doing.
You went out of your way to get that beautiful shirt. Nice
Yeah,
pants.
yeah.
It's an amazing watch.
Not ironed, because
As Slime pointed out instantly.
instantly.
He
He's
pounced
a
on that.
fashion guru, but not ironed.
Hugo, look, I'm right here with you.
And I don't have shoes on because I respect the house, but
You're actually you're not supposed to have shoes on. I put shoes on. I don't know if anybody's seen my shoes yet.
Okay.
It's a precautionary measure.
All right. Can I see them? Those are nice.
Look at that.
I like them.
Socks back.
Look at those
I like
socks.
the socks too. Yeah.
Just wanted you guys to know.
But yeah, this has been great, man. I'm having a good time.
Well, you know, Beyond the Summit likes to over-invest in content.
They hired on
A little bit more into it, you know.
Yeah.
And they might even be getting out. What do I know?
Oh, I think people are enjoying this. I liked it.
That's all that matters.
You're a
to me.
funny guy, dude.
That's all that matters to me. What do I know?
Hugo, I
just come out and speak my truth. Take it straight from my heart. It doesn't even go through any brain filtering, and it goes out my mouth.
You're actually the most truthful man I've ever met.
And you would have
actually a
known
fact.
if I was Mafia. What was your read on me today?
You were not
What do you think
Mafia.
about my performance today?
It was great. It's the same as it always is. You're not Mafia, and you just
you
tell the
knew
truth.
it.
Yeah.
And you always. If I was Mafia, I'd have been freaking
Always.
out.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. It could be that you guys are Mafia. I mean, I really just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Jesus. You guys both played tonight?
We did.
You guys both
played.
down?
I was town every time. I'm tired of being town. I want to be Mafia one time.
Yeah.
Because I think I could do it really well. I think I could put on an act. I'm actually pretty damn good. I don't want to say liar because then that makes me sound evil.
Right. But you like to ham it up.
I could put on an act.
So
It's
on the-
almost as if I would be good in front of a
Almost
camera,
as
and I would be good on a skit. Should they have me play a role in a skit?
Hugo, I have a question for you. You've been going on about how you would know skit. Hugo's been going on about how, first of all, being in a skit
is
is
that
not.
like several hundred slimes in the audience? Is
That-
this whole
it's
crowd
just-
just
it's just
slime
clones.
has duplicated himself?
Maybe
multiple
I'm
times?
just not good in front of a camera, and they're showing their disappreciation for me. Is that a word?
Maybe.
Or, you know what? I just now they're
The crowd
cheering. They
agrees.
know. Yeah, that's.
The slime mob agrees.
Maybe I'm just not funny.
Slime's cronies.
Maybe I'm
Not
just
sure.
not
I'm
funny.
deciding.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get the.
But yeah, maybe one day.
Yeah.
I'll earn Slime's respect.
I had a couple ideas.
You have some ideas?
I had a couple ideas for a skit for you.
Let's go, Hugo!
We got somebody in the audience. who's-
I got the one. I got the
one
one
fan.
fan. Yo, he'll watch my shit.
That's right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I had at least one idea. It was about if you were pitching your skit ideas. It's like a meta thing.
Yeah,
And then Slime's like, no, I don't think so.
that's happened. He
I told
rejected.
him, is he just not being creative with you? You know what I mean?
Well-
There's an infinite world of content pieces you could do with this man.
Here's the thing.
My
I'm
God.
not. I don't pretend to be the idea guy. I'm not hired to come up with the ideas. So when they ask me to hit them with ideas and they don't like my ideas,
Yeah.
they're thinking, well, Hugo, guess we can't use you.
That's messed up, man.
But I'm not the idea guy.
You're not the idea guy.
I'm the talent.
You're the talent.
And that's-
I know what that's like.
You know?
You need people.
Just like Slime is the idea guy, but he doesn't have talent.
My God, can he be the talent? I agree with that. That's why he's behind the scenes.
That's why it's.
He's in the audience booing loudly whenever he hears something he disagrees with.
You know, Slime fashions itself something of like a professional sort of comedian.
I actually really
Maybe.
respect that.
You respect that?
I really respect that.
all about that.
I myself am a snob of all kinds of things,
Okay.
even down to fast food.
Yeah.
And when I hear that anyone loves their craft so much that they will be a snob and tell you that this person is legitimately not funny for these reasons, I respect the hell out of it because he can educate me on what is funny, and I will listen.
You know, Slime likes like toilet humor.
He likes toilet
You
humor.
know, he likes toilet humor.
does. You know?
Like
You know, we were
like
filming
Mr.
little. You know, we were filming little interstitials. You may have seen it on the stream where me and Scar pop up from the corner of the screen. We pop up, and it says little, late night Scar and Toph. And you know, and then we did one where we were drawing like the Disney logo. You draw, you know.
Yeah.
And Slime goes, draw a dick.
We both looked at him and we were like, that's not
Really?
not on
Hugo,
brand
Hugo,
Slime.
can you see me or Scar drawing a dick? Is that on brand for us?
No, actually never. I don't
No.
see you guys ever doing that. But I would laugh if you did. So here's the thing.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question? Well, no, finish your thought.
Well,
You can finish it.
really quick, do you guys still laugh at pouring ketchup when it makes the fart noise? You know, you just squeeze it and it's just like. Do you guys still laugh at that?
No.
Because you know,
I can
people in
tell
the
you
audience,
honest-
they still laugh. it's still.
Hugo, I don't laugh at the fart noise when pouring ketchup, but I laugh at the thought of Hugo laughing at the
I
fart
hear
noise
it.
coming out of the ketchup bottle. Does that make sense, Bobby?
I'm actually on another level where I feel embarrassed that Hugo's laughing at it. I feel embarrassed for being there.
And I'm laughing
wish
that you're embarrassed.
I hope that no one sees me sharing the company of a person who's laughing at the ketchup making a fart noise.
Well, maybe Slime and I are just on a different
Slime
level.
is just up. He's just playing 5D
And then maybe we'd be good on a skit together. Who knows? We'll never know.
We may never know.
We may never know because
You know what I mean? That's just a disservice to the people at the end of the day.
yeah,
I mean, who suffers, right?
the people,
And who benefits?
nobody,
So what's the logic?
none.
Just reduces to perhaps incompetence, lack of creative vision. You know?
I'm seeing what you're saying, dude.
What
I
can I
respect
say,
the vision.
right?
Yeah, I
I
respect
mean,
the vision.
as an idea guy myself, plus a talent, got a lot going.
Both.
I can come up with tons of ideas for how to do a skit with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What would you come up with?
Yeah, do you have some?
Well, I mean, I shared my.
You shared one,
I shared
yeah,
the cream
yes.
of the crop with you, which is the meta one.
The meta one.
I had a different one. What was the other one? You put me on the spot, Hugo.
I
So I'm feeling the pressure. Well, you know, like a skit idea. Well, I'll get back to you.
Maybe we should get Slime to come up with the ideas, but
My people will get back to your people.
yeah. All right, we'll talk
Yeah.
about it, dude. We'll talk about it.
So, and by the way, I heard through the grapevine on the van ride here that we both have January birthdays.
We do.
That's right.
January
that.
birthdays.
You Capricorn?
When was your birthday?
January 7th.
Oh, mine-
1987.
Mine was January 21st, Genesis Sunday, during Genesis 5, where the clock struck midnight as I played aMSa for a spot in the prestigious top 8. So that's my birthday.
That was the narrative that could not be planned better, right?
Could not be planned better. It's almost as
The
if
night of dreams.
the night of dreams.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had other really awesome birthdays and some weird birthdays.
No. Tell me
But
about
those
that.
are the weird birthdays.
I mean, yeah. If there's anything that's memorable, you want to share,
There's-
you know, like an
ooh.
old school story. You know what I mean? Something that's relevant to the melee community.
Okay, well,
Oh yeah.
are we PG?
What am I supposed to do?
PG-13? What are
We're PG. I mean, it's.
Well,
12.
we'll
Let's
do
go
this
12.
one thing, and then I'll do the
PG-12.
next thing,
Let's go
and then we'll get done.
Are-
We're gonna do it after the story. I just did the segue into the story.
what's going on?
Ken's hiding behind the desk. He's trying to be covert so that the people don't actually know, but he's literally
Ken-
sitting right there.
Okay,
Ken
well,
Shan,
can I
everybody. He's the guy
tell
who
us?
goes
Can
like
I
this
tell?
of your
Can I tell a
mafia,
story? Can I tell a story? A weird story.
Yeah, he needs to tell a story first. That's the agenda.
Okay, so
Are you we got to end the show. You guys want to go home? Is that what you're telling me? Give me a thumbs up if that's what you're telling me. We're good.
is that Slime? That's not Slime.
It's not Slime.
Okay.
It's Ken Shan. Ken
Oh,
Slime's
okay.
boss. So and by the way, Ken, just tell Slime think a little bit harder about the Hugo skit. Seriously.
Yeah, think about it. So weird birthday story. So
Yes.
pre-esports days, we used to celebrate my birthday in San Diego at Havoc's house, who was a Brawl player. And he graciously invited us to his house. A couple people were there, lots of smashers you guys recognize. People like Zoo, people like
I know that guy.
Dunk.
Oh,
Doug the Dunskies, one of our most recent guests on the Reads.
Oh yeah, great guy.
great guy.
Wonderful fade back.
But not on this night.
Oh no.
Not on this night. No.
Oh.
There was a point where, so it's my birthday, and you know we're just drinking, we're having a party. Mango's there too, like all kinds of friends, and I meet this lovely woman, and we kiss. It's
Oh, wow.
Very
Story of
romantic.
love.
Very romantic.
Expedited story.
It's actually the first time I've ever kissed anyone at a party. I'm not gonna lie. Like just like at a party, it's like you know,
No,
it wasn't
I
like
agree.
a
I
whole
do
thing.
know.
It was just like we just kissed, and I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is great. And it's
Good
my
birthday.
birthday.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
A birthday kiss.
And so like we're kissing and everything. I'm like, this is great. Let's see how this romance builds.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, I knew that Dunk and this person had a romantic history, but that is in the past. That is in the past.
The book's closed on that.
And Dunk didn't seem to mind.
Yeah.
So everything was fine.
The dunk chapter ended. The Hugo
dunk
chapter is about to begin.
Just beginning.
That's right.
And it should have been a much better
You
story.
can see the title card.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right, it's like the better sequel. It's better than the original. And so we're kissing, and then it's time to go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep. So we go
As
into
it
a
tends to
room,
be.
and as it was in the old school days when Smashers stayed at places, there's like already 8 people in the same room.
Yeah.
So things aren't gonna go down. But I like to cuddle. I'm a cuddle bug. I want to cuddle.
Don't blame
So we go to the bed, and like Lovage is sleeping on the floor. I forget who else is on the floor, and we're cuddling. And then Dunk barges in to the room, kind of a little tipsy. Not gonna lie, over 21. And he goes into the bed, and she gets really like happy because she knows Dunk, because they have a history. She's like, Dunk, and he's like, hey, what's up? And they go into the bed, and then they hug. And mind you, at this point, I have my arm around her. Squarely around her. Dunk should be able to see this, but he doesn't. And he hops into bed, they hug. And as the hug happens, I hear a little bit of smooching. Smooching starts happening. And they start making out.
Yeah.
While I still have my arm around her. My arm is literally still around her, and Dunk has his arms around her back, and they're making out. So I have to. I just start to slide out. And I have to just pretend I don't hear anything. And Dunk's whispering sweet nothings into her ear the whole night. And I am losing it.
You're sleeping in the same room.
Same bed. And I can't walk out. I can't be the angry guys like, oh, like, damn it. Like, Dunk, you got me again. And so I lay in bed, and I'm like, well, good stuff, man. You got me. So I go to sleep. And the next morning, the funniest part, and this is where I end my tale. Lovage wakes up, and we were in the kitchen, and he congratulates me, and he goes, yo, man, so I heard you had a great night. And then I go, oh, actually, that was a whole different person, my man. He's like, no. I said, yes, it was Dunk the entire time.
My God.
And it was still a fun party. And we
But
talked
that was
about
like
it for years.
speaking of the chapters, that was like a crossover story that no one wanted. Like mixing into one.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
not
an
quite.
Avengers
It's not
vibe where
quite
like,
Infinity War. It's
It's not quite the event.
it's like Power Rangers and like Teletubbies. It's like you didn't want to see it, but it happened.
And of course, you're the Power Rangers.
I'm the Power Rangers. Fuck yeah. I'm the Power
Oh my
Rangers.
God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
I'm sorry for your experience, Hugo.
Yeah. No, it's
Sorry
traumatizing.
for your troubles. Yeah, it
Our
seems
friendship hasn't been the same since.
like- I can only imagine. Thank God it wasn't me.
Yeah.
We have another little surprise for you.
Okay.
Some of our crack team went back through the Twitterverse
Okay.
and found some interesting things that I wanted to share.
Okay.
We've got some old Hugo tweets that we wanted to share with everybody.
Okay.
So, basically,
Do I want to look? Okay.
the event here is just to kind of show
Reminisce.
you
Reminisce.
the, show you the words
Sure.
that you said publicly and just
Okay.
kind of ask you what you were thinking.
Okay,
So this
sure.
is a
I can defend
poll,
everything I've ever said, by the way, but go ahead.
and
I'm
that's
ready.
why we chose to do this with you.
I'm ready.
From Virium on Twitter, there's a
There's a clear right answer here.
yeah. Can you help me with this?
65% boxers, 35% briefs. And I said, by the way, I legitimately didn't know you were going to do this, so I have no idea what this is going to
That's
say.
correct.
Can't vote. Had to vote on the boxer briefs poll. Boxers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boxers leave your dick swinging around. Briefs be killing your sperm.
Well put. You made it through.
That's
Well done. Heart rate's elevated.
very, very true.
Yeah. Yeah.
I stand by that statement. You got two options.
Those are
Yeah.
facts, right?
Do you want your dick swinging around, or do you want your sperm to live?
Those are the choices.
Yeah. Stand by that statement. Yeah. All right,
So
next-
you
yeah.
abstain from the vote.
I
like
abstain. Yeah.
You
Next
shared these words in particular because you just wanted to educate people about
Yeah.
your views.
Yeah.
Next. So we also found this tweet in response to Bear.
Who said, wait, you should wear white,
Yeah.
more colors to paint, Black is so niche.
And you replied with something.
My nipples show through most white clothing. So the thing is, the thing about Hispanics is we don't come with light shaded nipples. I don't think it's in our genetics.
Yeah.
And I am no exception.
Special considerations.
Yeah, I am thinking about others when I say this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stand by, obviously.
Yeah, I stand by it. Yeah.
Here you are with
100%.
a
Yep.
baby
You know,
blue.
I'm not
baby
wearing
blue
red
button
right
down.
now. Yep. Absolutely.
Next up, down memory lane, Rob.
Okay, Shannondorf.
Yeah.
Love Shannon.
She asked
says,
about you on stream talking about how you use the girls' bathroom at tournaments.
He
actually
goes on stream
respect the
talking about
strat.
how he uses the girls' bathroom at tournaments. Okay. And then Morgan says, I mean, there is never anyone in there.
Yeah.
I don't completely blame Hugs86. And then I say, I don't know what I said. Shine was the one time it happened.
Only once.
Oh, and at Genesis Red, when going on a journey to cry after getting bodied. So this one is actually completely joke. I didn't do this. Journey is a friend who wrote a tweet saying, it's great being a girl at tournaments because you could go straight to the girls' bathroom and cry after you're getting bodied. And no one's gonna find you.
Yeah.
So she was making a joke about there being no girls at tournaments.
Yes.
You were doing a callback.
I was doing a callback, and that's why I tagged her. But I was not in the same bathroom as Journey at Genesis Red, I promise. I used the men's bathroom.
I fully believe you.
But I did say what Shannon said. Absolutely, yeah. Sometimes you gotta go. I actually did it at Genesis, this last one.
Yeah.
And I actually, really quick, and I'll say this as fast as possible, I went to the bathroom and I was kind of lit. It was my birthday, and I didn't realize that I had walked into the girls' bathroom. And by the time I realized it, I was already in the stall, and a girl walked into the bathroom. So I waited in the stall until she washed her hands and left. And then I left, and I didn't wash my hands because there was no time. It was Mission Impossible.
You had some stuff to do.
I had to leave. But I promise you, I walked into the men's bathroom and then washed my hands there.
Interesting that you decided to share some of these things on stream, though, you know?
Yeah.
Just interesting, you know. If I had done it, I probably wouldn't be talking about it in front of thousands of viewers. The last is just a solo tweet
This is more of a blast from the past.
Says something about...
I already know what this says. I didn't even finish reading it. What did I say? Why did I tweet this?
Well, you know, that's the topic of this segment. Really, I think that we couldn't have thought of a better name ourselves. Why did I tweet this? Trip down memory. We were thinking about going to Smashboard's post, so you know. Thank God we didn't go there.
I'm glad you stuck to Twitter.
You want me to like hide this for now?
The
people can read it, right? We'll put it back under the desk. We just discuss it.
I can be a detective sometimes. I've been known to have a big brain.
Thank you, Slime.
I'm gonna find my person if I need to.
I think it was brave of you to say that publicly, and to state your detecting ability. You know, and we know that you have a tremendous attention to detail. There is no other way that you could play Melee at the level that you do.
Right. No, I'm actually just training for Melee when I say these kinds of things and do these kinds of things. It's just working my brain.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Hugo,
excellent.
Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Oh yeah, great time.
Thanks for bearing with us as we expose your life as is publicly documented on the internet. You know, it's like not like we crossed any lines.
I said everything that you should.
Really Slime at the end of the day anyway, so you can't blame me or Toph.
I will not.
And next up we have None, but I see him not mic'd up. And we are actually going to go to a break. So stay tuned. We're going to be right back with EMG None. Thank you so much, Hugo. You're the best. This man needs a skip. All ready? Why don't you do a countdown? We start over. 3, 2, 1. Hey! Welcome back. I keep forgetting. To the Scar and Toph Late Night Show. Special guest, the man, the myth, the legend. C9. C9's very own That's what Prague always says. Mango! Mango, 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 mango. Ah! The sub notification. Will you ever get tired of it? You know I work on subs. I got a lot of sway over
Honestly,
there at Twitch.
I hear it about 50 to 70 times a day.
I got the stats.
And, because every time I hear it, I get happy. Unless you're telling me I'm going to get tired of being happy.
Never.
Unless I start hearing it like 200, 300 times, which is the dream.
It was a dream.
Until then, I'm good.
I'm thinking, what if we can roll it all up, though? You know what I mean? If you had 200 and 300, and those are all new, or are they sub-anniversaries too?
That's new.
They're all new.
I have different notifications. I'm unlike
about that,
a lot
Hugo?
of Smash streamers who have the same thing. Hugo. Everybody wants Hugo to win.
What's
Same thing every time.
What's the Hugo alert?
That was it.
It's
Everybody wants Hugo to win.
He's the favorite, man.
2-year sub, 2-month sub, new sub. Come on, Smash streamers. Come on. That makes me so mad.
You know what I'm thinking we should do? This is a hot Twitch idea. Don't tell anyone that I work with that I'm giving you the sneak peek. What if like you can pick like when it's one of your viewers 1 year, one of your viewers, like what the important dates, right? And when it's your like very special day and you use your token, you get pinned at the top of chat and it just stays there. So it's like your big day.
It's like your birthday.
It's like your big day. More than just the kind of small notification. I think that would be really cool.
But aren't there other people who have the same anniversary?
And they share it, Hugo. Think outside the box, man.
For once,
We're
dude.
trying to solve problems here. I love enthusiasm. It's a Wedding Crashers thing.
Bobby, do you know me and you have been subbed to Mango for 4 years?
I'm number one. First sub ever.
You're my first sub
Number-
ever. You know, it was like my 12th sub ever.
Who?
Hugo. You know
Wow.
who also is now a bronze shine?
Top 15?
No, hold on. Don't give me that. Because Twitch made me lose my streak.
I can fix it.
Please do.
Why don't you
Because
just
I've been
talk-
subbed to him.
Here's the thing that I've learned after talking with you both for a short period of time. When you talk with the Crimson Blur, nothing happens.
So why are Blur and D1 so worthless? Why?
D1's in the building working
That's
as
their
we speak.
job.
My God.
I just don't get it. Why do I come to you instead of them?
You should just come to me. You should come to me. I was talking to Brandon about it for escalations. We call it escalations in the business. Means you got to go up a level. Don't deal with these low-level folks. Talking about Blur. D1, keep doing your thing.
Can I tell a story? I've told the story many times.
We all would love to hear a story.
So you know I'm trying to buy a house,
Yeah.
I do.
and the bank's really grilling me because they're like, because my money, the way I make money is very not.
It's not traditional.
I don't want to say it's legit. That's
not
perfect
traditional.
Word. Perfect word.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I play
You want to
games.
buy a house? What do you mean you play games for a living? I don't understand. I'm the banker. Yeah.
I'm getting grilled.
It's the struggle of the new way of life.
So they're telling me, they're like, we really need your 1099 from 2015. So I'm like, okay, who am I supposed to go to as a smasher when I need help? Blur or D1? I think they're in charge of us. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I also went to my man, Ben, who also seems like he's kind of doing nothing a lot of times. But he was still more of a help than them.
Yeah.
At least he guided me in the right direction.
Sure.
But I don't even message D1 because I assume he's partying it up in Japan or some shit. Wasting all of Twitch's money on some crazy 8-room suite that he does not, whatever.
Just put
Neither
it on
confirm
Instagram.
nor deny.
Yeah, you check his Instagram story.
It's there.
I'm gonna plead the fifth on this one.
I don't work at Twitch anymore. I'm allowed to say whatever.
We live.
You can say whatever you want. I'm gonna go the Dunsky's route.
So, yeah, plead the fifth. So, whatever. That guy's partying it up. Blur, I love Blur. He's one of my favorite people.
You gotta
in the
love
community.
Blur.
I'm not even saying that. I love him. I go to him, I'm like, Blur's got my back. I'm like, Blur, I need this. He's like, okay, well, blah, blah, blah. So we message like at Twitch support, and then they take 2 days to respond because
2
I guess
days.
that's how
Policy.
business life works. I don't know. They respond. They're like, you should have messaged at Twitch tech support.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, Blur, you fucked up. I'm like, whatever. And then finally I'm waiting and my bank is just like, we need the documents. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, all right, Scar, I don't want to bug Scar because I feel like Scar is doing his own job. It's like these two chuckle fucks should be doing their job. They're not doing their job. So I'm like, you know what,
he's
Scar?
doing his job.
Yeah, he's doing his own thing. So I'm like, I gotta call on Scar. I tell Scar.
So you busted out the big guns.
I had to call out the big guns. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
And I'm not usually I'm a man who likes to exaggerate. This time I shit you not. I tell Scar, I'm like, Scar, I need it. Scar goes, okay, hold on, let me go check. Let me go talk to my friends. He comes back 5 minutes later. He's like, all right, here, go here. He gives me a link. He's like, make an account. Actually, I already had an account made for that because I had to do some stuff there a few months earlier. He's like, so it was already my password. You know when your saved password's already there?
You love when that happens.
I'm just
It's
like,
already
ooh,
there. You
click.
press enter. You don't have to think.
Like, click. I'm in. So Scar comes back with this link. I click it. Click. It says 2014, 2015, 2015, done, download, done. And I'm just like, are you serious?
The one man whose job it
So-
wasn't to take care of you.
How long did
took care
that
of
do you think round trip that it took? Would you estimate?
From talking to you to done,
Mm-hmm.
in actuality, like, IRL time, maybe like 17 minutes. Actual conversation back to back, 6 minutes.
And how long had this discussion been going on with your counterparts? You know, the other people.
How many days is like, how many hours is like 7 days?
Just ballpark it. You know?
It's like 168.
So 168 hours I waited.
So we clocked in at about a quarter of an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, just remember what you heard here.
By the way, I want you to know that.
You go.
Go ahead.
Remember what you heard here when you recollect what Num was talking about a few minutes ago. One man was telling the truth. One man wasn't. Data. Evidence.
Facts.
Facts. Hugo, continue, please.
You got me my partnership with Twitch.
You did?
He did. I had straight
Yeah,
up.
not your job, right?
Interesting.
I had applied. Nothing was happening. And I'm like, maybe I don't deserve it.
I love this show.
Maybe I don't deserve it. And then someone said, just message Scar. And I literally said, I actually don't want to bother him. I don't want him to feel like I'm just using him to get my partnership. They're like, dude, Scar's fine. Like,
I
just
give
message
and I give
him.
and I give.
And I messaged him. Literally the next day, I had a partner button on Twitch. And that's history.
Interesting.
He gets shit done. You want to know what's fucked up?
Gets it
about
Yet, when Nunn sits here on the couch and tells me that he wasn't influenced by me, even though I have objective proof about it, you question me. I find all this interesting. And then when I say intelligent things on Mafia, Reddit goes off and says Scar loses control in Mafia.
So it all
I
comes
said that, I
back.
imagine that as the top Reddit post for tomorrow. Scar loses control on
the
late
talk
night talk show.
Yeah.
We're not going to see that.
No.
We're not. First of all, because Town went back to back today.
Yeah. Back-to-back wins. All we do is win.
That's impressive. You know what?
Westballz.
The Town,
My God. Also, Zain, close to the worst Mafia of all time. Swedish actually barely
Swedish
edged him
edging him out. Swedish edging him
Were you there
Zane's
when
up
Swedish
there.
played?
I was there when Swedish
Hugo, were
crumbled.
you there when Swedish played? Is
No.
Swedish in the building? Don't get him on the stage.
you might be.
I don't even want him here.
Yeah.
We literally asked him, I swear to God. Can you ask me, like, just, you know, imagine
What'd
I'm
you ask
Swedish,
him?
like, are you Mafia?
Are you Mafia, Scar?
No, I mean, I'm not, you're asking me if I'm Mafia? I'm not, I mean, no, I'm not Mafia. You guys think I'm Mafia? I mean, there's nothing much I can do about that, but I'm not. He fell apart, dude.
He's the Hall of
It
Famer.
was
Bad.
the easiest vote off of all time. At least Zayn was like, I'm Town.
I'm Town.
So without breaking a sweat.
I'm Town. Look straight to the floor.
I'm Town.
Yeah.
It was so, dude, it's so
Yeah.
funny. I don't think anyone can top Swedish.
I know Zoo's been bad too.
He's had
Zoo's bad, Swedish is bad, Alex. It's just like an instant crumble when you just hear them defend themselves.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing. It means you don't lie.
It means they're honest people.
That means, yeah, they're not
Like,
bad
I don't
people.
see Swedish
not
ever
used
lying
to
to
that
us.
sort of thing. right?
Brandon actually, in his own way, has been in some ways worse than Swedish because Brandon
Oh, he
Brandon
said-
owns it.
Brandon gave it up.
Brandon goes. Yeah, you know what? I'm fucking Mafia. You know what? I can't even do this. Yeah,
I've literally done
I'm
that.
out. Peace.
He needs to. He is just.
Hey, so he's
praying.
not worse.
Yeah. No, it is.
But I was Mafia with Brad in one game, though. And Brad does that, and Brad goes, yeah, Mafia, I can't. And he walks off, and I'm just like,
Come on, man. Come on, Ken. Give me a break.
hey!
Please don't give him an ace.
Yeah.
The whole room's hoping that he doesn't get an ace.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I'm feeling pressure from the production staff. Can you imagine Stephen Colbert? Jimmy's telling him to speed things along. You out of your mind?
Do we have
What are the talents?
the secret comedian coming up?
We do.
Is that next?
But I mean, I don't know when it's supposed to be. I'm not.
Can I tell a story about
be
the
on-
secret comedian?
Please.
Yes.
He
Voice of God.
watches my stream all the time.
This mystery individual.
I
He
see him in
says
there.
he makes more money than all of us. I'm not joking. He said he makes more money than all of us.
He might.
And he says he does absolutely nothing. But he makes more money than all of us.
Please delete the VOD.
And you know what I said? I said I respect that.
American way.
And I
American
respect
dream.
that.
You can do whatever you want in America.
You can do nothing and make a bunch of money.
Capitalism.
Also, I have an insight on a story
Please.
from earlier tonight about a certain man here and a certain another one of my good friends, Richard Tan, the god son of
Tan.
words.
Ricky Dan!
All I will say is that they are both liars, but they are both telling the truth. I'm not gonna rat out anybody. The only thing that is certain that night is that Hugo had no female interaction in 2 years.
What?
Wait. Just to
a
clarify,
goddamn-
you're saying on that night
That's a different night, by the
or
way.
after that night?
That's a
Same
different-
night, my boy Richard Tan was thrown under the bus. Whether it's true or not, whether he's saying or not, the point is, he was feeling very pressured because it was very sandy and dry in his region, and that's why he felt a need to,
Express himself in that way. Yeah.
there was a lot of
Have it.
consent involved, which is badass.
Consent is badass.
I've never heard
it expressed that way, but
Consent is very
frankly, I
badass,
agree.
yeah.
Consent is badass.
Bad
There is nothing more badass than consent.
And nothing shittier than the alternative.
We won't even go into that.
This is what our community is about. And like I said in the monologue, if you do something shitty, you get punished for it. That's how we do it. Armada shine spiked me at 5%. Armada, one of the best players ever touching
we're
control.
gonna talk
Mango,
about this.
would you shine spike me at 5%?
I would have up-aired you and comboed you to
Yes,
like 80.
you would have, and it would have been cool.
Yeah, but
You get
that's
punished-
a different
You
topic.
get punished regardless.
Let's not sway away from Hugo's dry regions at the time.
Neither here nor there, right?
The point is, they're both lying. They're both telling the truth. All I would say is Hugo's very dry. Dunk was killing the game. Maybe he did it. Maybe he did not. That's my boy. They're both my boys.
Toph, you proud of the show? Proud of what we've accomplished here tonight?
I was just thinking the dry spell of Hugo Gonzalez is just like a great book title.
My God, that's the name of this.
That's a
sequel.
story in and of
great
itself.
Dude, I thought the title was going to be totally different. Who knew that was the last chapter of a totally different novel?
You're lucky we don't have more time. I'll get some Skype calls going right now.
My
I'd have all it running right
If
now.
only you knew, Hugo, the kinds of skits and material that Ken Chen wanted to create around you, you would be offended to your core.
You would have gotten the hell out of here.
Really?
You
Scar
would have
and
gotten the
Toph.
hell out of here. You
Scar and
said, I
Toph
don't want to be
said-
on any skit.
No, don't do my boy like that. You out of your mind?
You got my back.
Give him a real skit. Give him a real chance to show his talent, his charisma. Shut the fuck up, slime. You work for me. Anyway, we're gonna go to a break. We're gonna have a very special
we're
guest
done, right?
comedian.
The richest man
Who
in
would have
Twitch.
thought the Scar and Toph show returning
The
to
richest
Scar and
man
Toph
in
late
Twitch.
night show? Richest man in Twitch. It's gonna entertain us,
And then that's it, right?
That's it.
and that's
At least
more or
as
less
far
it.
as I know.
We'll be right back. We're gonna go to a
Richest
break.
man
Thank
coming
you so
up.
much for watching.
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
Welcome back to the Scar
And Toph.
Late Night Show, and we're gonna send you off with a very special guest, my man, the myth, the legend, Ben SW, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey everybody.
Yes.
I'm Ben Swartz. You might know me better as Ben SW, or the face of Not Like This, or maybe as the guy who hangs around with Scar at tournaments. Smash Summit 6. I mean, where did all the money go? Last summit, they raised 90K. This summit, only 15K. I guess it makes sense why Mewtwo King decided to try so hard at hide and go seek. Bunch of players here for the first time. We got Zain, he's here. He just signed a Panda Global, him and Plup. 2 pandas in the house. I mean, maybe they'll finally start breeding. Ginger's here. Surprising that Ginger's here, you know, given that I think most of the people that voted for him really wanted his dog Kilo to come instead of him.
Yes.
Hugs, I'm happy to have him here at Summit. Unfortunately, he can't play in the practice area because, you know, the upstairs of this house isn't handicap accessible. Yes, I made a Hugs is old joke. Hugs is old jokes, you know, the only thing more dated than Hugs himself.
Low blow.
We have 2 Puff mains here at Summit. We've got HBox and Zain. HBox is a villain, you know, he's been a villain for a while. You know, some people kind of irrationally hate him. It's crazy. I hope the same people also hate Zain. Not because, you know, he's a bad guy or anything, not because I have anything against him, but, you know, if people start cheering for him, HBox will be forced to confront the reality that it's not the character that fans hate. It's him. Okay, maybe that was a little harsh. It was a little harsh, but, you know, I bet somewhere there's some Mango fans cheering for that comment. You know, got to give him some reason to cheer. It's been a little while. Armada and Leffen are here, the Thor and Loki of the Smash scene. I mean, it's obvious which one's Loki, of course. People love to hate Leffen, but he's low-key a hero now. Okay, look, I'm a computer programmer. I'm not a stand-up comedian, okay? What do you want from me? We have 2 Falcons here at Summit. We've got Wizzy and Nun. 2 completely different styles combined in the same emotionless facade. I mean, sometimes I can't even tell if Wizzy just won the tournament or he's ordering a quesadilla. Mewtwo King's here. He's camped out already at the friendly setup. He's been there for almost 16 hours. Still waiting for Prince Abu to show up to warm him up for HBox. Axe is here, still playing Pikachu, still from Arizona. Still thinks that 69% will make him stronger. Little does he know that the only way to get stronger while doing a 69 is to have weights attached to your limbs. Wes is here. He is back. I mean, he just won SSS last weekend. It was him versus Lucky in the finals. I mean, imagine that, you know, Wes and Lucky in the finals of SSS. Shocker. aMSa is here. He's all the way from Japan. I mean, I was there at Kings of Cali 4 when aMSa eliminated Mewtwo King to give him 7th place. I mean, it was me, in fact, who was screaming in Mewtwo King's ear, 7th place, 7th place. I'm still waiting for an arigato, by the way. You know, anytime, you're welcome. Okay, I think that's everyone. Actually, wait, I forgot about SFAT, but I bet you guys did too. So, I got a chance to be on the reads with Scar and Toph a couple weeks back. You'll see the episodes. I think it's going to air on Monday, and it was, you know, it was a really wonderful experience. I mean, you know, every hour or so, they even let me play a game. But seriously, I mean, there's something special about being there in person. I mean, you watch it on YouTube. It's there, but the thing you don't fully realize until you're sitting there in the studio is that Toph really is coughing directly into the microphone every moment of the recording. It's just different in person. Father's Day is coming up, and you know, Sophie, Bobby's wife, came to me to ask for help what do you get the father who has everything? And I told Sophie, don't even worry about it. I got the perfect gift. So we go to the mall, we go to one of those customizable mug places, and we get a mug printed out that says, "World's 6th best dad." I think he's really gonna like it. And Twitch told me I needed to tell the following joke as part of a contractual obligation. Facebook and YouTube can suck it. I was gonna mention Mixer, but Slime told me that I needed to punch up, not punch down. And lastly, Grace told me if I didn't put my hands in my hair, I would never be invited back to Summit. So thanks everybody for listening.
NSW, my God. Where did you come? Come up with all that material, Ben.
Just all of those days where I'm doing clearly no work and watching Mango stream instead.
The most paid man on Twitch. The most
I think
compensated
Ninja still got
individual at Twitch. I don't think that's true.
Okay, you're right.
How did you feel up there? Must have been a heart-pounding adventure.
Well, I do stand up all the time, so it's just another night.
It's kind of an outlet for you.
I've literally never done stand up before, so I was a little nervous.
Ben SW, the man on the road to 10K Twitter followers at Ben SW on Twitter.
Yeah, that's right.
Where are you at this point?
I think I got like 3,166, somewhere around there. Not checking.
Looking at you, viewers. You know what you need to do. Yeah. Do you want to follow this man or not? It's up to you.
It's up to you.
Do you think he's worthy of your Twitter follower or not?
I mean, you guys follow me, so.
Ben, you mentioned you had a chance to be on the Reeds, which, by the way, is a phenomenal production
Great.
for everyone who's interested in Smash Brothers Melee, right? What was that experience like, aside from what you referred to?
Yeah, jokes aside, I mean, you actually weren't coughing during the episode, but what I realized is that there's a lot more pressure because it's not about losing your own matches. It's not like a friendly match, but it's like Spencer's standing right there, and every time you lose points, he starts crying.
He really
I lost him a lot of points.
People don't see it. We actually don't turn the camera around because we felt like it would ruin the vibe,
Yeah, make it a little too dark.
It is really important to him. So, I mean, and every view counts. So YouTube, just type in The Reeds, or you can go to patreon.com/TheReeds, and you can see the Ben SW episodes in just a few days. My God, what could be better? So anyway, Ben, do you have anything else to say to the good people who've watched the Scar and Toph Late Night Show?
Just want to thank everybody for watching, listening to the entire show, and looking forward to the rest of Summit here.
Toph,
Bobby, it's been a pleasure.
We've come this far. Ben SW, thank you so much. Give Ben SW a hand, everybody. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. I can see you next week. Maybe in 6 months, if anybody's back. Welcome back to the Scar and Toph Late Night Show. We have our next guest coming up who is really a legend in the scene. Inspirational Falcon main. He's about to grace our presence. What's the acronym before? It's not EMG.
ALG.
ALG. None, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause.
Oh my God.
How's it going, man? It's good to see you. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Good to see you.
Making the long trip out from five feet away. And I understand that Dunk the Dunskies replied to Hugo, your story, and I don't know if we could pull it up. Is that something we could do? Rob? Jimmy?
Yeah, they're ready to go, I think.
They are ready to go? We have to Hugo, we got to show you on a mobile device. Does anybody have a mobile device? Well, anyway, you guys can show it. We're ready. Dunk basically said, he tweeted, he said, I plead the fifth.
I read that.
He pleads the fifth.
He pleads the fifth.
That's
He
not
can
gonna.
say nothing that will incriminate him
That's
or
not-
members of his family.
That's not gonna cut it in bro code court.
That's actually correct.
That's actually
Okay,
correct.
that's
That-
not
that
gonna
is-
cut
that
it
is
in
overruled.
bro-
There's
You cannot.
no
That one is overruled.
There's no Fifth Amendment in bro code.
Your objection, Hugo, is sustained
Thank you.
by the bro code
Law.
Chief Justice. I don't know.
Thank you.
None.
Appreciate it.
What's up, man? How are you? How's your summit?
It's amazing, man.
This is not your first summit, right?
It's my second, yeah.
Hugo, is this your second summit, third summit?
Second summit.
Second song.
How you feeling? How you feeling about your pool?
I wish I said I hadn't checked, because I usually don't, but I checked. You just gotta play. You can't really stress about anything. We'll see what we can do tomorrow.
You just gotta play. You can't really stress. How do you keep your stress level low? That's the secret that we're all looking for, right? The players at home, they go to a tournament, they play against somebody like Scar, 69th best player in the world to ever touch a controller in the history of the game, and they feel nervous, understandably. What were you ranked on the on the world list? The
All time.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
What'd you get?
60-ish, 64, 65.
So pretty close.
Like that. Which I honestly believe I shouldn't have been on that. But.
Yeah, you should have been below, right? Because you haven't had as long of a time where you really influence the rest of the community with your play. An all-time list is not about a snapshot. Your current level of skill is tremendous, but your overall impact on the scene, you know, just gotta be real about it, right? I'm just asking to clarify your statement.
No, I think it's, I don't know, I honestly, I think there's a lot of people that did deserve it, but I think I shouldn't have been on the list. Like, to be honest, like, I haven't been in the scene that much. It's just, when did I show up? In 2014?
I actually have
We
no
played
idea. I
that
think
day.
2014
We did.
is about
I
right.
remember. I remember
never
that.
heard a peep
You remember
about
what you said to me?
I don't, but you said that I was really good, and I don't know what I said to you. I think I swear I'm not even trying to.
I honestly, I don't even talk like that, to be
I
honest.
beat your Ganon that day. I'm not gonna lie. No, you won a money match with your Ganon that day. You lost with your Falcon.
You don't
It
remember?
was at Big House, was it not?
It's true. You
Okay.
beat my Falcon,
Yeah.
and then I kind of whooped you, Hugs 86,
Yes.
and you said,
What I say?
do people know who you are?
Oh.
What I say? What I say?
Do people know who you are?
But I meant
That's
that.
what you said, those exact words.
That's a compliment.
Yeah,
That's
no,
a
it's fine.
compliment.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's what
Yeah.
you want to hear.
Yeah, and we ran it back, and I'm not gonna lie. To be honest, I don't remember who won, but yeah, he beat my Falcon. Okay, I won then. That's the truth.
Yeah, it was your game.
Yeah, and he said, "Do people know who you are? Because I know."
And now they do.
Yeah.
Across the Smash community.
I got you, dude.
Across the world, globally. You think Captain Jack doesn't know who None is?
I hope so.
I don't think he knows.
Toph, do you know if Captain Jack knows who None is?
Do I know if Captain
Like your
Jack
best
knows?
guess.
I'm going to say 75% chance yes.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? 75% chance.
that's
I know
all
that he
odds
knows
I'm
me
giving.
because he was on one of my shows. I know he knows Toph. That's what you get for being like a bigger influence. You know what I mean?
Okay, Scar.
Well, we've had this debate, right? We've had this discussion. And here's the thing that I can't square about you, None. I love the way that you play. I think you're an incredible visionary for Captain Falcon. I think you see combos where others don't. You're pushing the boundaries. Unlike Wizzy, who has a different play style. He pushes the boundaries in different areas. You're more like me. However, when I see you play,
You're more like me.
I see you saying that, right? But I just want to understand, like, you know, how the logic is working, given that I've been around for longer. My name got out there sooner. Aiku Mufasa 2007. How do you square those two realities? You know what I mean? The world knew about Scar and what was special about him a long time ago. Meanwhile,
It's messed up, Slime.
you know,
You know what the difference is?
None's the new kid on the block, which I respect.
You know what the difference between you and me is?
No.
I don't talk about my accomplishments. The people just see it and they remember it. That's it, basically. Like, that's literally it.
The people see it.
He said the people. He invoked the people.
Are you sure that that's true? Like, you don't talk about your accomplishments?
You can look it up on Google. You can find your answers
You're
there.
not gonna find any tweets from him, dude.
I feel like all the tweets from you are like thinly veiled. You know, they're like very.
They have several
you
meanings.
subtweet. Like you don't have a normal tweet option.
They have
You're
several.
always referring to something that's behind a curtain of like, you know, smoke.
I got nothing right now on the top of my head, but sometimes I throw out some tweets with double meaning, but usually I'm pretty honest. You know, I'm straightforward.
How old are you?
You're asking me this here?
I just want to know. I think that people want to know. They've been asking me that.
this here.
It's actually I asked a group of my peers what I should be asking you on this show tonight, and number 2 question was, how old are you?
There's this meme going on that I'm 19, but I've told a lot of people that I'm 20.
Okay.
People think I'm 19. They even say, you've been 19 for like 2-3 years.
I'm glad you're being honest. Dude.
I mean, dude, think about it. I've told several people the same thing. I am not making contract money over lying about my age.
That's right.
It's my age. Like, my job is not to try to convince you. Like, I say my age if you want to believe.
Can I show you something?
Sure.
Toph, how old are you?
I'm 29.
Do you see how the way that he said it, he didn't say, I tell people I'm 29.
Yeah.
I asked him how old he was. He said, I'm 29. I realized that, the form with which your answer took was not one of I'm number, but rather that many people believe you to be 19, but I've been telling people I'm 20.
No, I was 19 at one point. A year ago.
As was I, none.
I believe you. I'm on your side here. You don't want to answer the question.
I did answer. I'm 20.
You are 20 years old.
See, this is what people don't get.
And you also believe simultaneously you're 20 years old and I play like your Falcon.
Yes. Or you try to emulate it, but my Falcon is unemulatable.
I tried to emulate your Falcon before I heard about who you were, while I was internationally known.
Yes.
Interesting theory, man. Why? You know what I always wanted to ask you my whole life? Why don't you end your combos? That's the one thing that I really want to know more than anything else. Single hit in air, right, into down tilt, it's actually very cool. Why do you do it? What's going on through your mind? What are your priorities? What do you care about in life? What are you doing it for?
I don't know. I just I've said this several times. I don't think needs hype. I don't think it's dope. So I'd rather just finish it with something else. I will finish it if you deserve it. I've said this several times. Like if it's a good combo, this and that, I'll use it. But it's not my goal in life.
It's like an exclamation point, but you don't want to overuse it. Toph and I, we talked about that in emails. You got to limit your exclamation point usage in emails.
You do.
If you don't keep it in check, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey!
You start ending every sentence in emails with exclamation points. People start thinking you're sucking up to them.
Like super excited about everything.
Weak. You're soft.
Yeah. I
Thumbs
respect
up.
it. I respect it. Toph said something about Tony Hawk combos. Have you played Tony Hawk in the past? It seems to me like you would rather, instead of doing the 9,000 and stuff, you just want to like grind the rail for a while and then like jump off and do what's the manual one called? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like when you're on the ground?
It's called a manual.
It's called a manual.
You want a manual.
literally called a
like you're
I'm an immigrant, and I think I know what a manual is as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My bad.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm an immigrant.
Come from long line of privilege. Privilege. It's true. You gotta own it. What do you think about my comment about Tony Hawk? You a fan of Tony Hawk?
Yeah.
Do you like the point system?
Yeah.
Do you find your combos to be emulating the point system in Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
No, not like that. No.
Okay, that's how I think of your combo system.
You
now.
rank my combos by
I don't
points.
rank it per se, but when I think about your priorities in life, you just want to extend.
I don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants to extend.
That's a weird rim shot.
He
slide.
wants to do whatever he feels like. Like extending is what it's like kind of what Wizzy does. He'll just up air and up air and up air again.
He will.
He doesn't do that. He just does whatever he feels like.
In his heart.
It's a weird thing to understand. That's why this guy's wild. That's why he killed it in Cruise. You can't put him in a box. That's what you're trying to do, Scar. You can't.
Sounds really familiar.
Can't put him in a box.
Coming from a man who has also been described as such, straight from the heart, can't put him in a box.
Can't.
Thinking all over the place. Sounds familiar to me, Hugo.
Interesting.
What do you think about that? None clearly will never agree.
No, he was nodding his head. He literally agreed.
He did agree.
Yeah.
With him, yes.
And then do you agree that he's inspired by me?
I don't agree with that.
I don't understand how you can watch both of us play and then like still maintain that position. I really swear to God, I don't get how you can say that with a straight face. Am I nuts?
Yes.
Anyways.
Dude, you can see the
Bobby,
difference.
are there specific, sequences or combos you go for as a Captain
Yes!
that you would describe as sort of emblematic to your playstyle that you see none sort of also bring to the table?
Okay.
Does that
what
make
did-
sense?
What did I bring to the Falcon metagame, right? I brought run-off aerials. I brought aggressive edge guards off stage. I brought rising up air, falling knee. I brought run-off knee, double jump up air, and make the recovery work because I'm sick. Jump off stage edge guards. I edge guarded with Nair. It's in Aiku Mufasa 1, I believe.
I don't feel like he's done it.
It's 2008. I have the video footage, Hugo. It's like me challenging you about Samus. If you told me some fact about Samus, I don't think that's true.
What are you gonna tell me?
You would.
Do I have B?
I'm not qualified. Yeah, exactly. I'm not
Do I
qualified
grab?
to say. You're not qualified to say what I have invented and not. I know better than anybody because I push the boundaries, Hugo. You know what I'm like.
The difference between you and me, Scar, is that every Samus will say what I did do, whereas you got Falcons literally telling you that you didn't do what you say you did.
I have one Falcon saying that. He's sitting right next to me.
There's several. If you try to go back home,
No.
there's a few.
Name another.
You don't know them. They don't have to announce
Of
themselves.
course I
They're
know.
there.
Money Mike, your godfather, will tell you where he learned his stuff. Money Mike studied my
Well,
videos.
I honestly didn't know that. If that's true, well, good for you.
Ask him.
Good for
Ask
you.
him. Seriously. Money Mike loved me.
What did he say?
He asked
Quote
me.
something he said.
He said, Scar, I'm putting out a combo video. It's called Payday. It would mean everything to me if you could watch it and give me a quote about this video. Because I am inspired by you.
He talked to you directly?
That's right. And if you look at his combo video entitled Payday, you will see something that Hack said, and then I said almost as good as Aiku Mufasa 2.
You know, sometimes in life...
In the start of the video, viewers, you can go to YouTube right now and search it and verify my claims, whereas Nun's age still is up for debate.
You know, sometimes in life, you know, people make mistakes. And if he did message you, he was probably young, you know, like things happen.
No. Oh no.
Chalk it up to a mistake.
Yeah.
A spot on Money Mike's otherwise flawless career.
Nun, I have one more question for you. Do you feel that the production staff here have used you properly in terms of talent? You know, skits, you know,
I mean, my tag says
pieces
it.
of content.
Not really. My tag says it. I was in none, basically. No skits. But
Wow.
So you're telling me that two incredible, up-and-coming, charismatic players who are sitting on this couch right here with me were both asked to do 0 skits at Summit, even though they create so much content?
Yep.
My God. It's an injustice. You know, that's why we asked you here tonight. We want to right the wrongs of the Summit staff. We're getting paid no extra, by the way. I negotiate it every single time. I never get anything. I got one Reed's ad last year. I swear to God, I had to negotiate.
I know,
Like, we're not going to give you more money. I was like, can you give me
pressure.
one ad for the
true.
Reeds? Do you want to get on the Reeds? The Reeds is a good show. We play net player.
Definitely.
You would be so sick. Do you want to do the Reeds, None?
You want to have me?
I do. And Money Mike. I want to get you both in the same room, and we're going to have this discussion. Where's he from? Is he from New York?
No, he's North Carolina.
He's from North Carolina.
I knew that.
And I'm the immigrant here. Huh?
Why, how do you guys know where Money Mike's from?
Because
Why is everybody connected in this way, and I don't know anything?
I remember when his combo video came out because I said, wow, this is an amazing combo video.
2 Chainz.
I never heard of him before.
2 Chainz is pretty good.
I remember.
I never heard of 2 Chainz either. I just heard Brandon talking about him one day.
No, that was good. You know, good.
you know when you called him 2 Chainz?
Yeah, I do know that.
He actually
That's-
felt a little hurt by it because everyone was laughing. And I told him, I'm like, look, no one's laughing at you. They're laughing at Scar
That's true.
because he's an
2
idiot.
Saint, if you're watching.
Because literally everyone else knows who you are. And it's literally just a Scar thing.
It's just me.
It's just
Did you hear me tell the story about how I looked across the room at him and I told
I
him
heard it,
sorry?
yes.
Okay, yeah. I just want you to know that I was apologizing.